everyone. Thought today I'd just do a quick drill with me. This painting has been a royal pain in my butt. It has popping drills. It has misshapen drills. It is terrible quality. I have run out of several colors already. Oh look, a drill just popped up just then. Wow. I contacted the seller. They told me to finish the painting and let them know which one I was low on. So that's what I'm gonna do. So like this D color here, I've run out. This with, I think it's the yen symbol, I've run out. There's a whole section, let me just, up here, that I can't do. I'm probably going to run out of these plus ones, which is the white. I've still got quite a lot left to do. It's just been a nightmare of a painting. Not fun at all. Another pop drill. Yeah, and then yesterday in this area here, I accidentally put down some paper and it got stuck to the adhesive. So I had to use some wipes and clean it up and wait for it to dry and hope it was still sticky. I'm just gonna go over this. Just to stick them all down again. So this painting is probably going to have to be framed because I think even with a ton of sealer on it, yeah. I've had to be super picky with the drills. There's so many horrible ones. I have a full thing of trash and then an almost full thing of trash. It's just ridiculous. So if you see me throwing out a lot of drills in this video, that's why. So I've got to do some of these white ones and then I need to start a new section. But I thought I would just do a drill with me today. I've got a tag open on my computer, which is a list of would you rather questions. See, this is all the white I have left. And I can guarantee you a lot of them will be trash. Let me just move this so I'm not bumping it with my head. So yeah, and then the worst part is like it's so slow going because I have to check every piece. Like, you know, you put it down and then I find if it's got those bits on the side or if it's, because it seems like some of them just seem to be bigger than others. Like I think, I'm not sure what color it was. I think it was this dark color over here. Some of the drills seemed so small that there were all these gaps around them, and it's I will be so glad when this piece is done, let me just say that. After that paper stuck to it yesterday, I was ready to just throw it in the bin and forget about it, but I can't do that because I paid money on it. And at the moment money is tight, so it just seemed like a big waste for me. So I figured I would push through, finish it off, contact the seller and get the extra drills sent out that I'm going to need to finish the piece, finish it, frame it, give it to someone, sell it, I don't know, and be done with it. So yeah, that's my thinking on it. And that's probably why if I trail off a bit during doing this, it's because I've gone into the zone of, will this drill fit? Will this drill fit? Is this one gonna pop up? What's going on? So yeah, yesterday was just one of those days. Nothing I did went well. So many mistakes. Like, I had to print out something for my dad that was a phone number for his business, and I switched two of the numbers around, so I had to go back and redesign it and print it again. And I reheated leftovers for lunch, and they smelt funny, so I couldn't eat them. And I'm just, yeah, it was just one of those, if anything could go wrong, it did go wrong kind of things. And I need more wax in my pen. It just, yeah, it's very frustrating. So hopefully today will be better. Filming some videos and all that, so we'll see. There's not really much else to talk about, I don't think. At the time of filming this, I am sitting on, let me check, 96 subscribers. Not sure when I'm going to post this video, so that may go up or down by then. There will be a giveaway when I hit 100. Still trying to figure out the logistics of that. But yeah, there will be something. Ordering paintings has sort of slowed down at the moment while I recover from Christmas spending. I do have 3 little kits, 3 partial kits from Peggy Buy that I got for like $10. Those are on the way. And I did order a blank canvas from Colour Whisper, which is actually who I bought this painting from, but I figure a blank canvas can't be an issue, so that's coming. And then I've ordered some drills from Gemmet, which is an Australian supplier. I'll do a video on what those are for when they get here, but it's something pretty cool. It's not my idea. It was another YouTuber's idea, so of course all full credit will go to them when I do the video. But yeah, it's something I'm looking forward to doing. What else? I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, so I will just get into, actually I'll finish this little section and then reposition everything, and then we will get into the tag questions. It's a would you rather tag, so I haven't pre-read it, so some questions I may end up skipping just depending on, you know, how strange they are or if they don't really apply to me, or yeah. I was trying to find a interesting tag to do, like, and all the January tags I found were sort of American based, so it was like about winter and things like that, and it's just like, you know, it's summer here, and really, well, today's not too bad, but we did hit 44 degrees Celsius the other day, which I think is about 110 Fahrenheit. I could be wrong on that. But yeah, that was hot. Thankfully it was just the one day, and the cool change came in around 3 o'clock, so it was bearable. Plus I've got my handy dandy air conditioner. But yeah, I hate summer. I really hate summer. I was not built for hot weather. Give me winter any day where you can rug up in blankets and keep warm and all that. Okay, so that section's done. Just spin this around. I'm working on this sideways because it's just easier. I've sort of been working in the 10 by, or like 10 rows at a time, just because, let me just adjust you there, just because everything has been, the drills have been so horrible. There we go. I just find doing it in small sections is easier. Okay. Let's get our first color out and get started on the tag. First question. Would you rather always be 10 minutes late or 20 minutes early? Early, every time. I get anxiety about being late, especially if it's like a really important appointment or something. So like my family's always been taught, you know, get there early, gets you time to go to the bathroom and do what you need to do. So yeah, I would always rather be early. Would you rather lose all of your money and valuables or all of the pictures you have ever taken? Oh my god. That's a tough one. Because like pictures, yeah, that's your memories and everything. But money and valuables, like you need money to live. You know, you've got rent, you've got bills, you need food. It's and I mean, people have lost photos before, like their computer dies or something horrible happens and everything gets wiped, and as heartbreaking as it is, you can still survive without photos. But if you lose all your money, how are you going to live? Like, how are you going to feed yourself? And so I think I'd have to say I would rather lose all the pictures I've ever taken. I guess too, because other people have taken pictures as well, so there would still be pictures of that thing. Yeah, I don't know. That's a hard one. Would you rather be able to see 10 minutes into your own future or 10 minutes into the future of anyone but yourself? Oh my god. Again, that's another tough one. 10 minutes into my own future, yeah, that'd be handy at times, but it could also be terrifying. 10 minutes into anyone else's future, it's the same thing. Like, you could warn them, hey, don't eat that food, you're going to get food poisoning. But also, what if in that 10 minutes you see something horrible happen to them? But again, in that 10 minutes you could see something horrible happen to yourself. So, and I feel like it'd take away your ability to take risks, because you'd always be like, okay, well, I'll just look 10 minutes into the future and see what happens. And you're like, oh, you know, okay, I won't do that then. Like, it's, I think I'd rather see someone else's future than my own. Which is strange for me to say as someone who has anxiety, because with anxiety it's all about controlling everything for me. I need to know what's going to happen, when it's going to happen, how it's going to happen. And not knowing that can be very scary. But yeah, I don't think I'd want to know my own future. Would you rather be famous when you were alive and forgotten when you die, or unknown when you were alive but famous after you die? Good grief. I don't think I want to be famous when I'm alive. It doesn't seem like a fun lifestyle, being famous. Like, and you know, being famous just for the sake of being famous, then yeah, you're gonna be forgotten when you die. Yeah, I think I'd much rather be remembered after I die, because it would mean that, you know, I did something meaningful, or there's obviously a reason why I'm being forgotten. I mean, it could just be because I died in a really ridiculous way, but yeah, it just does not seem fun to be famous. Like, you've got no privacy and things like that. Everyone feels entitled to your private life. I missed an A there. So yeah, I think I'd have to be unknown while alive, but famous after I die. Would you rather go to jail for 4 years for something you didn't do, or get away with something horrible you did but always live in fear of being caught? I don't think I'd rather have either of them, to be honest. Living in fear does not sound fun. But being in jail for 4 years for something you didn't do, that does not sound fun either. I mean, I guess there's always the chance that 4 years is reduced because they realize you didn't do what they said you did. And I mean, you're in jail, you don't have to worry constantly about being caught for something, so I think I'd have to go with that, because I think constantly living in fear would just be absolutely exhausting. So yeah, I'll take the 4 years in jail. Okay, I'm gonna skip that one, because no. Okay, would you rather your shirts be always 2 sizes too big or 1 size too small? Too big, absolutely too big. Having a shirt that is too small is so uncomfortable. You constantly, like, you just feel constricted and horrible, and yeah, no. I would absolutely always want my shirts to be too big. I usually buy them too big as it is. I've got a lot of, like, sort of nerdy t-shirts that I bought too big just to make sure they would definitely fit when I got them. So yeah, I would definitely just go with too big, always. There's nothing worse than trying to squeeze into a t-shirt that's just, yeah, it's just not comfortable. Would you rather live in the wilderness far from civilization, or live on the streets of a city as a homeless person? Yeah. that's a tricky one, because I need civilization. I need people. Well, see, I'm an introvert, but I need to know that there's people around in case I need them. Like, I don't want to be surrounded by people. I don't want to interact with those people. But I need to know that there's people there if something happens. So being out in the wilderness, far from civilization, that's just terrifying. But I also need my creature comforts. I need a bed, I need plumbing, I need food and stuff like that. And so living on the streets as a homeless person, they don't generally have access to those sorts of things. And they're not generally, I mean, depending on your city and your area and that, but they're not generally helped out or looked after either. So, gosh, I think I'd have to go with being a homeless person, because at least I still have people around if I need them. Yeah. Would you rather the general public think you are a horrible person, but your family be proud of you? Or have your family think you are a horrible person, but the general public be proud of you? Oh, I wouldn't want my family to be proud of me. You know, general public, someone's always going to think you're a horrible person no matter what you do. It's just the way things are these days. People are just more likely to hate on you or your choices or your lifestyle at the drop of a hat. So I would much rather have my family know who I am and be proud of me than try to please strangers that, you know, I probably don't even know who they are, wouldn't interact with them. I mean, it's like YouTube. I'm sure there's people that don't like my videos. I'm sure there's people that don't like the things I say or how I speak or stuff like that. But I would much rather have my family be proud of me for doing something out of my comfort zone and pushing myself than have random strangers out there happy with me because I did something that they wanted. So yeah, I would absolutely choose my family being proud of me over the general public. Would you rather live your entire life in virtual reality where all your wishes are granted, or in the real world? Well, I mean, you know, instinct says, ooh, virtual reality for sure. But I think that would get really boring after a while, because you're going to run out of things to wish for because you've got everything you want. And, you know, am I allowed to have my family in that virtual reality? My pets, my, you know, like, I don't know. I think I'd just rather live in the real world and figure things out that way. I mean, yes, it'd be great to go, I wish I had $1 million. Boom, done. I wish I had a mansion. Boom, done. Just random stuff like that, but I think it would just, yeah, in the end you would have everything you wanted, but would you be happy? So, yeah, I think I'll go with living in the real world. Would you rather be alone for the rest of your life or always be surrounded by annoying people? Oh my god. See, I'm an introvert. I don't like being around people for too long. I don't like being around too many people. But I need people. I couldn't be alone forever. You know, I like my solitude. I like not being disturbed, but I think after a while of nobody, you would go insane. So, and I mean, I'm surrounded by annoying people now anyway. So you learn to put up with them, you learn to block them out. So yeah, I think I'd have to go with being surrounded by annoying people. Now, if any of my family is watching this video, they're all sitting there going, who's the annoying one? Dear. Okay. Would you rather never use social media sites, apps again, or never watch another movie or TV show? See, that's a tough one because social media can be so toxic. But social media is also how I keep in touch with a lot of my friends who are overseas. So, you know, if I couldn't use social media, like, I can't afford international text messaging and calls and stuff like that. So how would I keep in touch with them? And when it comes to movies and TV shows, I'm so behind on that stuff anyway. Like, I only watched some Netflix, I think it was 3 nights ago, and that would have been the first time in like months that I've actually just sat down at night and watched a movie. I watched Bird Box, if anyone's curious. It was pretty good. But yeah, so I think if I never had to watch another movie or TV show, it wouldn't be too bad. I mean, I'm so far behind in so many things, so I think I'm like 2 seasons behind in Supernatural now and Grey's Anatomy, and I keep thinking, oh, I'll sit down and I'll just, you know, binge watch, but I never get around to it. So yeah, I think I'd have to go with not watching TV or movies anymore. Would you rather have an easy job working for someone else or work for yourself but work incredibly hard? Oh boy. I think I'd rather work for myself but work hard. Like, yeah, one of the things that used to flare up my anxiety if I was working was making mistakes. If I made a mistake, was my boss going to get angry? Was I going to get fired? Would I mess up the whole thing? And it used to sort of snowball out of control. So I think working for myself I'd be much more comfortable. And I've always been pretty good about sticking to a work ethic. Like, I was homeschooled, and so it was, the way the homeschooling worked was you got a booklet at the beginning of each term, and all your work was in that, so you had it laid out for each week, and you would do the work, you would send it off to your teachers, they would grade it, and it would come back. And so I sort of had to, you know, make myself do the work, otherwise I'd be failing. So yeah, and I used to do it that I would get all my work done in the first 2 or 3 days of the week, and then I'd have, you know, a long weekend or more time for myself. Or I'd get a bunch of weeks work done in the beginning of the term, and then I had longer holidays. It was just, yeah. So I've always been pretty good at sticking to that sort of work ethic. So I think working for myself but having to work hard wouldn't be an issue. Especially if I was doing something I loved. you know, it's different if you're being forced to do something that you don't enjoy. Yeah. Would you rather be the first person to explore a planet or be the inventor of a drug that cures a deadly disease? I'm not a very adventurous person, so I don't see me going and exploring planets. So I think I would go with inventing a drug that can cure a deadly disease. That's always in demand. You could change so many lives with that. And, you know, it's something that could continue to be used over and over again, whereas exploring a new planet, I mean, you can explore a new planet, but then what if that planet's no good? You know, you've found a planet, great, but can humans live on it? Can we do anything with it? Like, so yeah, I think I would have to go with curing a deadly disease. Gotta concentrate when I put these jewels away, otherwise they're just gonna go everywhere. And they did anyway. Okay. Would you rather have a horrible short-term memory or a horrible long-term memory? I have a horrible memory anyway. I swear I just saw a U that I missed. Yes, there. Yeah, I have a horrible memory as it is. Like right now, I can't even remember the difference between short-term and long-term, like what the definitions are. I think like short-term would be what did I have for breakfast, whereas long-term would be when was I born, that sort of thing. And I used to study psychology, so... But yeah, I guess I'd go short-term. Maybe. I don't know. If I had to pick one, I'd go short-term. Would you rather be completely invisible for one day or be able to fly for one day? I think fly. I would love to be able to just take off, go wherever I wanted, check it out. Not have to worry about transport and stuff like that. Just flap my wings or however it works. And, you know, there's so many people I could go and visit and all that if I could fly. Like, and I mean, being invisible, I don't think it'd be that great. I mean, all you got to do is stay inside for a few days and not interact with anyone, and it'd be the same as being invisible. I mean, yeah, you could go spy on people, but I don't really have anyone I need to spy on. Like, yeah, I think flying would be much more fun. Would you rather be locked in a room that is constantly dark for a week, or a room that is constantly bright? I would go with bright. Thank you. I really don't like the dark. I wouldn't want to be locked in a room full stop. I get very, very claustrophobic about that. I always have this fear of being trapped in like an elevator. When I was a kid, I got locked in a public toilet stall once, and I remember freaking out until someone, like my mum or someone, could open it from the outside. So I've always been terrified of being trapped in somewhere and running out of oxygen and that sort of thing. Like, yeah. So being locked in a room to begin with would be terrible. But if it was bright, like it doesn't say that the room is empty. So if it was bright, I could read, I could draw, I could, you know, do things to pass the time, to fill up that week. rather than sitting in the dark constantly. Because yeah, I'm not good in the dark. I don't like the dark at all. Would you rather be poor but help people, or become incredibly rich by hurting people? I would rather be poor but help people. Absolutely. Money would be great, don't get me wrong, but I wouldn't want to hurt people to get it. And yeah, I'd much rather be helping people. I've always done that. It's just ingrained in me to help, to, you know, take care of others, to, yeah, I'm just always wanting to make sure people are happy. And so, yeah, I wouldn't want to become rich by hurting people. Would you rather live without the internet or live without AC and heating? Internet. As much as I love the internet, as much as I'm addicted to the internet, I have learnt, especially this summer, that I cannot survive without air conditioning. And to be honest, not having internet would probably allow me to catch up on reading and like movies and things like that I don't, because I'm usually glued to YouTube or Twitch all day. Sort of in the morning, I'm catching up on YouTube videos and stuff. Especially at the moment, the diamond painting ones. And then in the afternoon, like if it's through the week, the Twitch streamer that I moderate for is usually streaming, so I'm usually watching that and moderating the chat room. So if I didn't have internet, I would probably, you know, turn on the TV and actually watch a normal TV channel for a while. I would read some of the books I have on my shelf that I haven't even touched yet. I would probably do a bit more art. Yeah, like it used to terrify me if the internet went out, because it was like, what do I do? What do I do? But, you know, now it's sort of like, well, I could actually do the things that I keep putting off. So yeah, I would have to go without internet. I need my air conditioning and my heating. Like heating, it's not so bad. Like you can pile on the blankets and it doesn't get that cold here really. But air conditioning is a must, especially, you know, when summer decides to give you 40-odd degree days. It's like, well, okay. You know, I was so upset to have to empty out my savings to buy that air conditioner, but then on Friday when it hit 44, I was just sitting there like, yeah, this was the best decision I ever made. Would you rather have a horrible job but be able to retire comfortably in 10 years, or have your dream job but have to work till the day you die? Dream job, absolutely. I would much rather do what I enjoy doing than have to force myself to do something every day that I don't want to do. And I mean, it's kind of easy for me to say that because I don't work currently. But if I did have to work, like, yeah, if you have to like force yourself to do something, or you physically do not want to do it, like your body is telling you, no, don't make me do this, then that's not healthy. It's not good for you, mentally or physically. So I think if you are able to, I mean, because, you know, let's face it, people have to work to make a living. and you don't always get to choose what that work is. But to me, if you are able to do what you love, then you should always choose that option. Would you rather find your true love or a suitcase with $5 million inside? Oh my god. Again, instantly my brain goes, money! But, I mean, I've been single all my life, basically, so it would be nice to have someone, but I've managed so far, you know, like, but, I mean, who's to say you don't find the love of your life and they happen to have a suitcase full of $5 million, So, you know, I think I'd have to go with finding the love of my life. Because, I mean, in the end, that money's going to go. And then you're left with an empty suitcase. So, yeah. Would you rather be able to teleport anywhere or be able to read minds? I would go with teleporting. I don't want to know what other people are thinking. I don't think it would be good for me to know what other people are thinking. I mean, as much as my anxiety likes to try to tell me what other people are thinking, you know, oh, they think you look weird, or they think you sound weird, or, you know, I don't think actually hearing what goes on in people's heads would be any better. So I would much rather be able to teleport anywhere. It'd be like the flying thing. I'd be able to go visit so many people who I can't visit because they're so far away. But if I could teleport anywhere, it'd just be boop, here I am. Let's go hang out. But I am missing colours all over the place. Having to go back and... I think that's what happens when it gets into sort of these confetti-ish areas. Mind you, I don't mind confetti after the big chunks of just blue I've had to do, but yeah. Would you rather die in 20 years with no regrets, or die in 50 years with many regrets? Well, I already have regrets, and I'd rather live for 50 more years. You're always going to have regrets. It's just part of life. But I would rather live a long life and have regrets than have a short life with no regrets. Because I guess too, if you have no regrets, you never really tested anything. So yeah, give me the long life with regrets, because like I said, I've already got something. Might as well chuck a few more in. Would you rather be feared by all or loved by all? I think loved. I don't want to be scary. I mean, I know sometimes people think being feared means you're more powerful, but to me it just means you're probably a not very nice person. And I wouldn't want to be like that. Would you rather know when you are going to die or how you are going to die? You cannot change the time or method of your death. Oh my god. See, like if you knew when you were going to die, then you could cram everything in beforehand, and you could probably do things you wouldn't normally do because you know that's not how you're going to die. or like the timing of it. But technically you should be doing that sort of thing anyway. Like, you should be living each day as if it is your last day, which I know is not always easy or doable, but on the other hand, knowing how you die, I mean, I'd say, oh, you could avoid that situation, but it does say you cannot change it, so it's going to happen regardless. I don't think I'd want to know how. Because what if it's something horrible and scary? Like, you know, I'd love to just go to sleep and not wake up. But not everyone gets that. But I guess if, you know, they were like, oh, you've got 53 more years to live, then it's like, well, okay. And yeah, like I said, my memory's bad, so I probably forget I got 53 years anyway. Would you rather be transported permanently 500 years into the future or 500 years into the past? Oh my gosh. I think I'd go the future, because I don't think the past was that great, to be honest. People were dying of weird illnesses, and, you know, if you wanted equality, you were kind of shit out of luck, to be frank. So yeah, I think I will go with the future and see if, you know, humanity has wiped itself out, or if we're all robots, or what's going on. Would you rather never be able to use a touchscreen or never be able to use a keyboard and mouse? Touchscreen. If you can use a keyboard and mouse, you're pretty set. We went for years without using touchscreens, and they're not always that great anyway. I find sometimes they're not very responsive, or you get a tiny scratch in a certain spot and it just doesn't work anymore. So I think I would rather be able to use a keyboard and mouse than a touchscreen. Not many things use touchscreens anyway. It's like my phone, and that's about it. The only other things I can think of is like the screens at the self-checkout, but I hardly ever use self-checkout. Yeah. So I think I'd go with, yeah, not being able to use touchscreen. Would you rather be able to control fire or water? I think, oh gosh, it's a tough one. I would think fire, because then you could go like the big bushfires, and you could control the fire to send it away from people's homes and wildlife and stuff like that. But on the other hand, if you control water, you can control the water to put out the fire. Although it's not always easy to get water to the fire. So I think I'd have to go with controlling fire. Because then if, you know, a house is on fire, you could control it and keep it in one room, or keep it away from people or other houses. Or so yeah, it'd have to be fire for me. Would you rather have everything you eat be too salty or not salty enough no matter how much salt you add? I'd have to go with not salty enough. Food without salt can still be eaten. Too much salt is, number one, it tastes horrible. But number two, it's really bad for you. I mean, it can really play with your blood pressure, I think. So, yeah, like I remember I bought some, what was it? Maple flavored bacon. It was on special at the supermarket, and I thought, oh, I love maple syrup. I love bacon. I'll get some maple bacon. And I cooked it up with some eggs, and I sat down to eat it, and it was the saltiest bacon I have ever tasted in my life. There was only this tiny hint of maple flavoring, but the salt was just ridiculous. I couldn't eat the bacon. It was horrible. And I was so annoyed because it wasn't really cheap bacon either. So, but yeah, too much salt is just, no. Give me not enough salt. You can still eat the food. It just may be a bit bland. Would you rather have hands that kept growing as you got older, or feet that kept growing? Hands. I already have big feet, and it is hard to find shoes that fit me. Either the stores don't have that size, or for whatever reason they charge more for a bigger size. But yeah, I have big feet and I have wide feet, so shoes are a pain. I'm a women's 10, sometimes an 11, depending on the store and the type of shoe. And basically when I find a pair of shoes that fits comfortably and, you know, wasn't too pricey, I will buy 2 pairs in case that first pair wears out. And I didn't do that with my current sneakers. They're these memory foam sneakers from Rivers, and yeah, I didn't buy a second pair, and I should have, because they don't have them anymore, and the pair I wear are running out of, like, they're getting really worn out, and yeah. Would you rather have unlimited sushi for life or unlimited tacos for life? Both are amazingly delicious and can be any type of sushi taco you want. I've never had sushi. I've never eaten sushi. I used to always think sushi meant raw fish, but I know there's other types of sushi that don't include the fish, but I've just still never tried it. So on the other hand, tacos are amazing, so I would have to go with tacos. Would you rather be unable to use search engines or unable to be used? Would you rather be unable to use search engines or unable to use social media? I would say search engines, because again, social media is how I keep in touch with a lot of people. Oh look, we just ran out of the letter L. I have none left, and I don't have any spare bags of it, so that's another one they're gonna have to send me. Yeah, I use social media for many reasons. So whereas search engines, I don't Google things that often. So yeah, I think I could, you know, go back to the old days of looking something up in an encyclopedia or something like that. Would you rather give up bathing for a month or give up the internet for a month? Okay, I'm gonna be gross here and I'm gonna say bathing because I hate showering. I don't know what it is, but my mom says as a kid I used to just scream the house down when I had to have a bath. And as an adult, I find the whole getting undressed, getting in the shower, then getting out of the shower, drying yourself off, getting dressed. I just find it also annoying and tedious, and like, I do it obviously because, you know, you have to, but I hate it. I really, really hate it. So I would have to say I would much rather not bathe for a month, because yeah. And I mean, it's not like it takes a huge chunk out of my day. Like, you know, we had water restrictions here and all that, so like we've learned to shower quickly, to not waste water. So if anything, I'm in the bathroom a whole total of like 10-15 minutes. But it's just so, I just find it so annoying. I don't know why. I just always have. So yeah. As disgusting as it would be, I would have to go without bathing. How are we going on time? 55 minutes. We'll do a couple more. Would you rather donate your body to science or donate your organs to people who need them? It would definitely be organs, definitely. I'm on the organ donor thing here. I know the circumstances have to be right for you to be able to donate your organs. Like, you have to die in the right circumstances for them to even consider it. But I am on the organ donor registry. I have the card in my purse with my license. So yeah. I mean, I'd love to donate my body to science too. They can do whatever they want with it. I don't need it anymore. But first and foremost would be organs to people who need them. Excuse me, I'm starting to lose my voice. Would you rather go back to age 5 with everything you know now, or know now everything your future self will learn? I mean, age 5 is very young to know some of the stuff I know. Like, yeah. But to know now everything I'm going to learn in the future. Well, I think that would be handy, actually. To know everything I'm going to learn. Because I would be able to do things with that knowledge sooner rather than later. So yeah, I think I'd go with that, knowing what I'm going to know in the future now. Would you rather relive the same day for 365 days or lose a year of your life? Depends on the day, I guess. Like, if it was a really good day that I was reliving, sure. Although I think even 365 days, even that would lose its fun. I think I'd rather lose a year of my life, to be honest. Because they don't say what year. So it could technically be one of the years I've already had. But yeah, I mean, I don't know how many years I've got left, so if they take one more off it, what difference is it to me? You know? Like, if I'm only going to live for another 70 years, and suddenly it drops down to 69, I mean, that's, I have no idea, so yeah, I think I'd go with that, because I think reliving the same day over and over, even if it was the best day of your life, would get boring. And probably drive you insane. Where are we? Would you rather have a golden voice or a silver tongue? I don't... See, off the top of my head, I can't think of what either of those descriptions means. I think golden voice would be singing. Silver tongue, I think, is like being able to talk your way out of anything. I don't know. Might skip that one. Would you rather be able to control animals but not humans with your mind, or control electronics with your mind? I think electronics. There's so many times I've sat down to watch something and then realized I left the remote control over the other side of the room, and it's like, you know, if I could just use my mind to change the channel or something, that would be so much better. I wouldn't want to control animals. They've got free will for a reason. Would you rather suddenly be elected a senator or suddenly become a CEO of a major company? You won't have any more knowledge about how to do either job than you do right now. To be fair, I'm sure there's some senators and CEOs out there that don't have much knowledge about their jobs anyway. I think being a CEO would be more fun. I don't know. So I'll go with CEO. Alright, we've only got a few more colours to finish off in this section, so we'll do those, and then that will be the end of the video, I think, because I'm losing my voice and I don't want to film for too long. I don't want to make this too long and boring. Plus, I don't know how much room these videos take up on my phone space, so I try to keep them to like an hour and then move them off the phone onto the computer. Okay, and it's just the colours I missed as I was going. So what have we got? We've got Z, I, and Q. I, and a K. I, oh, there's a V there. So I will say thank you all for watching. I can't find my cues. Where are my cues? There it is. Thank you all for watching. And I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.